and welcome back to our second episode, Time Out with TextTroop. We are so happy to have you all tuning in with us today.
Today's episode will cover everything from learning more about our wonderful staff here in TextTroop to exploring Generation Z and voting in today's society.
So to have a chance to build up some community and better know our staff, we have three special guests with us right now, Chris, Destiny, and Alejandro. They're going to introduce themselves, give a little background, explain their positions, and share one super cool fact. So Chris, you want to start?
Sure. I'm Chris. I'm one of the staff here at Open Progress and TextTroop, along with the rest of the team, making sure that we run the channels and make sure all the campaigns effectively get sent out for the candidates and partners that we work with. My role specifically, I do a lot of the work on the back end with staffing and scheduling, making sure that everybody's on, and we have all the great people that we need to run these campaigns as well as we do. I graduated from Skidmore College in 2014 with a major in history and a minor in music. My fun fact is that I can play 5 instruments, though none of them I can play particularly well. If I was going to list them off, it'd be guitar, bass, drums, and then I can play a little bit of trumpet and trombone. And I studied piano in college, but I can't count that I can actually play that anymore because I really can't.
Awesome. So that goes on to me, and my name is Destiny. I'm a digital organizing associate here at Open Progress, and I handle a lot of the volunteer leader training. So all the people who are moderating your text, answering questions in text here, I just help with those trainings and get them all acclimated to that sector of TextTroop. And I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I went to a very small liberal arts school in the mountains of Tennessee, and I majored in politics, minored in women and gender studies. And I guess one fun fact about me is that I love art, and I love drawing, and digital art, just anything art, you'll just catch me doing. And so now I'll just pass the baton to Alejandro.
Hi everyone, I'm Alejandro, also a digital organizing associate, and I've been here since last September. I take care of kind of the same things that Destiny does, but additionally, aside from the general stuff we do, I focus on updating moderation. Sometimes I'll code in reminders in Slack bots. I handle a lot of the suggestion boxes, or suggestion box suggestions. And sometimes I do a little bit of scripting. I did the Deep ID immigration one. It was really fun. I graduated from UCSB, University of California, Santa Barbara, with a double major in political science and Chinese. My last year I did it at Peking University in Beijing. And a fun fact about me is that I like to drink tea, like the Chinese tea, and watch birds. So I have some bird feeders. Getting into bird watching, so I'll be able to do that until I'm really old because it doesn't take a lot of physical effort.
Amazing. Thank you all for joining us today. Without your amazing efforts and your hard work, TextTroop would not be possible.
As all of you may have seen in our channels, we have some amazing new interns, and we just wanted to take a moment to introduce you all to them.
We'd like to introduce you to Amal, Mirnas, and Diego. Welcome. If the three of you could take a moment to introduce yourselves, that would be great.
Thank you, Abby and Sydney. My name is Amal. I just graduated from Harvard with a degree in government and Arabic, and I'm originally from Columbus, Ohio. Fun fact, I failed my driver's test 4 times, but I passed eventually. I'll pass it to Mirnas now.
Sweet, thanks Amal. My name is Mirnas. I'm an intern here. I'm a rising senior at Harvard studying history, and I'm originally from Michigan. Fun fact about me is I play trumpet, and I love it a ton. I'll pass it over to Diego.
Thank you, Mirnas. My name is Diego. I just graduated this past May with a major in political science and a minor in education. I'm originally from Southern California. Some fun facts about me is I'm a vegan, and I was also part of the boxing team during my time at UC Berkeley.
Next, after reviewing the Google form that we sent out to volunteers to hear what you guys wanted to hear from us, we wanted to focus today's segment on the generation of the future, the generation of tomorrow, Generation Z.
So who makes up Generation Z? Generation Z consists of people born after 1996.
In the 2020 electorate, 1 out of 10 eligible voters will be part of the newest generation of Americans, Gen Z.
America's youngest voting generation has proven themselves to be quite a politically active one. From gun control to the environment, Gen Z has been known to use social media to their benefit and get their voices heard about the important issues facing society today.
While Gen Z's political activism has created change across the U.S., the next step is to see what kind of voters this activist generation will be. Gen Z has so far been marked up to be one of the most progressive generations yet.
Generation Z has not shied away from tackling big issues in America. One of the largest issues at the forefront of this generation's cause is voting rights.
This country has a history of implementing laws and policies that enable voter suppression. Voting should be convenient and easy, but we all know that is not the reality.
During this pandemic, we saw it firsthand, as polling sites were extremely limited across the country. Cities like Detroit, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Austin, San Antonio, Atlanta, and Milwaukee were hit hard.
Voter suppression comes in many forms, varying from early voting cuts to increased voter ID laws or redrawing district lines. In many cases, certain communities and groups of people are disenfranchised at higher levels than others. These groups tend to be the elderly, people with disabilities, students, and people of color.
Whatever. Another factor that impacts voting turnout is political polarization. Although Gen Z is the most progressive generation that has existed, they also are less tied to political parties as the generations of the past. In fact, among 33.7% of young white people, ages 18 to 24, believe membership in a political party made their voices more powerful. Black and Latinx youth held a slightly more favorable view of party membership than their white counterparts, with 40.6% of Black youth and 40.9% of Latinx youth believing that membership in political parties made their voices more powerful.
This being said, political polarization is still impacting this youngest generation's voting records. In fact, most party affiliation is inherited from parents and families. This can be problematic due to the fact that partisan animosity has increased substantially over the same period. In each party, the share with highly negative view of the opposing party has more than doubled since 1994. Most of these intense partisans believe that the opposing party's policies are so misguided that they threaten the nation's well-being.
This causes a divide and a partisan bias in the younger generation, which can turn people in Gen Z off from voting completely, which also makes the work that all of you do so important.
So as always, we appreciate you for all of the amazing work that y'all are doing.
We want to hear from you. If you have any suggestions for our next episode, please let us know in the channels.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
The bloopers are going to be so funny. Oh my.
Although Gen Z is one of the most progressive generations that has existed, they also are less tied to political parties as generations of the past. In fact, among 33.7% of young white people aged 18 to 24 believe membership in political parties made their voices more powerful. Black and Latinx youth held a slightly more Can we do this again? Like, I'm sorry, my entire just that entire sentence. Like, I felt my words just like falling.
It's fine.
Like, we can just cut this small segment out and just like I'll just re-say this part.
From Another Factor?
Yeah, I just need to not.
And honestly, I think the Wi-Fi got a little fuzzy too, so.
Because I wasn't making sense. All right. So let's just try again. We can just cut this and then whatever. Can cause people in Gen Z to not vote, which God damn it. So,
it's me too. Honestly, I was thinking it would be funny to do like a blooper segment at the end.
I really think it might be because we're like We're really doing well today. Well, you're doing fine. I just have lost my ability to speak English, apparently.
Well, it's like all of these big like words like polarization, partisan, bias, implicit. Like it's like, what are those called? I don't know. Something.
And like
Words that are hard.
and I want to like look like this so I can actually read it, but then that's just terrifying for everyone else.
My eyes are literally probably going all over the place, but you know, what can you do?
And I keep getting like urges to laugh. Like I don't know what my problem is, so I keep going like God.
Oh my goodness.
Do we want to start again or do we want to just edit this out and keep going?
Where did you stop? Did you finish it or?
I got to this causes a divide and partisan bias in the younger generations, and that was
If you feel like saying from another factor again.
right. Okay. Whew.